Coming up, you're going to discover the exact ASO process that consistently increases product views and downloads. Stay tuned. What is up, App Nation? It is Steve P. Young, founder of AppMasters.co, the place you go when you want action-packed content in the app business. And today, I want to show you our exact ASO process that has consistently driven more downloads and more product views and definitely guaranteed more impressions for our app clients. And it's just the process. And I want to kind of share with you what has changed versus iOS 11 and before iOS 11, iOS 10. So a few things that we do differently now. In terms of the process is pretty much the same, but I'll get into some of the subtleties, the differences, the key differences with the process now. So without further ado, let's get into the slides. Here we go. Here's how we consistently increase product views, impressions, and downloads with ASO, hashtag data-driven, because it is completely data-driven for us. All right, step one, we build a long list of keywords, and essentially anywhere from 80 to 120 to even 200 sometimes. We just look at all the data, and we just want to pull the data for all these keywords, okay? Because we're going to use the data to kind of determine which keywords we're going to actually use, but I want to build a long list, the first step. So a few tools that I like to use, App Annie is one. App Annie, unlike other tools, App Annie will actually tell you an app's keywords, highest ranking keywords. So you can put in your app, you put in your competitor's app, and it'll spit out all the keywords that you rank really well for. Secondly, I want to see what the actual app stores are auto-suggesting, because that's an indication of good volume keywords, right? So I'll put in meditation and see what Apple and Google auto-suggest, and those become keywords that we consider. So look at our app follow video, and you'll see how you can easily do that without having to pull up your iPhone, all right? The other thing is, it's hard to sort of quantify this, but out of the box strategies. So things like looking at sports teams. If you're targeting a certain region, we helped a client that was based in Miami double their downloads just by helping them rank number 2 for Miami Heat, right? So looking at those type of keywords, thinking outside the box than just like generic, here we go, keywords like that. And the other thing that I've thought about too is looking at magazines, popular magazines that are in your niche. So if you're like a discovery app for new places, maybe look at travel type of magazines, because they generally have high traffic and low competition for those keywords. And you can have people stumble upon your app if you start targeting these particular keywords in this optimization, right? Step two, after we build this long list, we actually pull all the data for it. So we want to see traffic volume, we want to see competition. Now, traffic volume, I look at keywords that generally have at least a 2 when I'm trying to optimize well for them. Anything under a traffic score of 20 or 2 on Sensor Tower, it's probably not worthwhile, right? They're not going to drive that much volume. So, but if they're relevant enough and there's low competition, I do put like 0.5. I'll typically use those keywords, but we want to pull that data to figure out, okay, which keywords have low competition, especially if you have a very limited budget. You want difficulty and competition are going to be key variables for you, because obviously we're reliant on organic search to drive the downloads. But for some of our bigger clients, we don't care so much about difficulty. We're going to go after the high traffic keywords because they have an acquisition budget, which is going to help the algorithm, which is going to help our keyword rankings anyways. So I'm not too reliant. I don't care about the difficulty or the competition when it comes to the bigger clients. If I'm working with indies and startups, I do care about that. So I do look at the difficulty and competition closely. I look for keywords that have low competition and try to optimize for them. And that way, that drives the downloads. Next, you optimize for those keywords, okay? You look at the competition, you look at the traffic scores, and you figure out which ones make sense for using them, for targeting them in your app name and your description. So on Apple, and just break it down for you, we use these keywords, we optimize the app name, the subtitle, and the description, right? And in the trick, and so I'm pretty sure most people know this by now, but we utilize the Spanish Mexico localization. We put English keywords in there. So we have a different app name, we have a different subtitle, and we have different keywords than the US localization, then that allows us to double the keywords that we're using. Again, if you want more details, go check out another video where just look for how to double keywords ASO. All right. The last thing for Google Play is we optimize the app name, the short description, and the long description. So what you typically want to do is the keywords that you're targeting, you want them to the leftmost of the sentence. So if you're targeting meditation, you want it very close to your actual app name. And then for the short description, you're going to lead off meditation made easy. For example, instead of like the app to help you meditate and blah, blah, blah. You know, you want meditation closer to the front of the sentence, and same with the long description. And I've been playing around with bold. I don't have enough data to tell you guys if bold actually helps on Google Play or not, but I do just put that just for emphasis as well. All right, bonus stuff, because we care, right? Part of the outside the box thinking is having a really good App Store listing presence. So I definitely look at app icon, I look at screenshots. Typically when we work with clients, if they have horrible screenshots or app icon, I'm honest with them, like we gotta change it. But let me change the keywords first because I don't wanna change everything all at once. And then after we change the keywords, we'll change the app icon and so forth, right? So I'll walk you through a few case studies. Here's one client. This is exactly what we did with them. Came to us, hey, can you help us? I did. And I said, hey man, your screenshots are pretty nasty. And your app icon probably needs a refresh too. And so we shifted this around. But before we did any of this redesign, we actually redid his app name. We focused on his keywords. So we did all the keyword stuff. And then after that, we did the app icon change. Now, we don't have enough data at this point to show you if that made a huge difference. So I'll probably update you guys on that. But right now, that's this process we take because you don't want to change too many things at once. Otherwise, you won't know if it was the new icon and the new screenshots that helped the growth. Was it that or was it just new keywords, right? So I try not to change too many variables at once. And then one client, I've shared this case study in the past, but we increased his downloads by 50%. I looked at his icon, which was originally B, if you haven't guessed it. But A is the new one that we created for him. I was like, man, it looks a little bit dated. I think we should change it. I had my designer mock something up. I said, make it look like this, which were elements in the game. And then we did that because I wanted a flat design. And he ran an A/B test because he wasn't convinced that we would get an increase. He ran an A/B test on Google Play. If you want to learn how to do that, go check out the other video. But on Google Play, you can literally A/B test your icons and your screenshots on the fly in real time. And Google Play said A had a 50% increase in downloads with that new icon. So he went, when we launched the iOS, obviously went with our new icon as well. The last thing I'll mention is once with iOS 11, things have gotten way more difficult. Like on iOS 10, we would update an app name and put some new keywords in there and boom, an increase in downloads immediately, right? On iOS 11 now, we see an increase in impressions. Like there's no doubt. If you follow this process, there's no doubt in my mind you're going to get an increase in impressions because it's data driven, right? Like it just works. But now we've seen mixed results in terms of downloads. Certain clients are getting really good results. Certain clients are kind of flat. Certain clients are like flat or even down, right? And so what we started doing was after the update, after the new app update with the app name and the keywords, we run the pay to free campaign immediately after because we want to give it a little bit of a push, right? We want to be like, here, go, give it a little head start. And so doing that there's not enough data yet. Again, that I started doing with a couple of our clients, doing that has helped out a lot more. One recent client was like, Steve, good job. And I was like, whoa, good, thank God, because it was a difficult category that we were playing in, but he saw a tremendous amount of downloads and now he's starting to get that. So, obviously, if you think about this, your downloads are like low right here. Let's start here, low. And then you do the update. So on iOS 10, it was just like update, get up, right? So on iOS 11, it's like, maybe not. So I run the pay to free campaign, which will give you that burst in downloads. And then hopefully after that burst is done, you start settling in. And that's the idea that I had and started executing on. And it's working pretty well for a few of the clients that we've already ran this strategy on. All right. Hope that was helpful. And a plug for me. So if you want to stop watching, you can do that. But guys, if you want to see our exact ASO strategy, go check out appmastersacademy.com. It's one stinking low monthly price for you to access our entire playbook. Really, our ASO courses in there, our exact strategy. And then our Apple feature, influencer marketing, anything that will help you drive growth that we do for our clients and you want to do it on your own, then go check out App Masters Academy. It's the exact process that we help our clients with new materials being added every single month. And I'm starting to do a series where I walk you through an app that I just bought and show you the results, how I've been able to optimize it, and then walk you through the results. If there are good results, great. If they're not, I'll show you what I'm gonna do to get those results, all right? All that is under appmastersacademy.com. Go check it out. Got some phenomenal success stories already on there, appmastersacademy.com. And I will see you on the next video.